moving on. What's Ted Cruz's stance on soup? He thinks it's okay. Last month, the GOP candidate told Us Magazine that when he's in D.C., his dinner is always a can of soup. And on Wednesday, his wife Heidi told this revealing story about his soup obsession.
When I married Ted, we got back from our honeymoon, and he went off to the store and came home by himself. And I was completely shocked to see that he arrived back at our apartment with literally 100 cans of Campbell's chunky soup. I'd never bought 100 of anything. You don't buy 100 of anything, much less canned soup. Well, you know, we can't do this. The next morning, it was a weekend morning, I loaded up our car before he woke up and returned every single can.
Wow. I hope this story has a happy ending.
I called my mother just to make sure I'd done the right thing as a newlywed, and she emphatically disagreed with me. And so when Ted opened the pantry, I had to tell him quickly that I would go back and buy those cans again.
Wow. Wow, that is really something, isn't it? Look, I think he's a progressive guy. I've never been to a grocery store.
Well, look at that. He knows how to buy himself a can of soup. He's a man of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I love soup, frankly. I'm going to come right out and say it.
I love it, too.
Yeah, soup is a great thing, and when you got kids and you don't have any other food in the pantry, we have a pantry, by the way, which I think makes like a 1%.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's a large pantry.
You have one of those walk-in pantries?
We do.
Do you have a screen door on your pantry?
We have a large window on our pantry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was at someone's house. They had a screen door in the pantry. I just want to know if you did.
Incredible. No, I don't, but I'm going to put one in.
Okay.
But
soup's a great food. It's good in cans. I know you CIA guys love canned food.
We love, you go into a safe house, and this is honestly, guys, true. You never know what's going to be left in there to eat because, it may not have been, serviced for a long time. You go in there, you could be in there for weeks waiting for something to kick off. And so you just have to, whatever's in there, that's what you're going to eat. Yeah. And there were times when you'd see a can of soup and you'd be excited because usually all that was in there was a bag of rice or some oatmeal. And so when there was soup, I still have this feeling wells up inside me.
It's amazing. Yeah. Kate, should she have brought the soup back or made him bring the soup back?
Okay, no, she shouldn't have made him bring the soup back, but she's just trying to throw everyone off. If you think the weirdest thing Ted Cruz is into, you're lying to yourself. You know that man has a crazy porn collection.
What?
I think some animal stuff's in it.
Oh, listen.
Come on.
Soup porn.
Soup's his weirdest
soup
thing.
Porn. Could be soup porn.
Listen,
there you go.
Rob, if you sit down every night to a bowl of nice hot soup, you don't need any of that stuff.
Well,
You're
that's
happy.
the thing. It's like you could tell in her way she talked. It was a little bit passive-aggressive, the soup.
Yeah.
Basically what he's saying was like, soup's fine. Don't make me anything. Don't cook. Like, I've had your cooking. Just the soup's fine.
Yes.
And I think that's what made her kind of, you could see it in her when she's telling the story. Like, she's kind of still pissed.
Yes.
That he brought the soup. Like, we're going to have soup now. Don't make me.
She
don't even make me an egg. But she didn't let go of it, which I thought made him more real to me. Instead of more weird, less weird.
I don't think she's mad about soup. I think there's other stuff going on.
Well, look, I mean, it's never just about the soup.
Joanne,
Yeah.
I think Heidi's mom, I got to give her props because she stood up for Ted. She said, no, go get that soup. Let him have his soup.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta let the man have his vice.
No,
No, but really, I am concerned about his health. If this man could possibly be the next president of the United States, there is so much sodium in soup that you don't even realize. If you eat the whole can, that is about 2 times the amount of sodium you should be consuming in a day,
you know how much
which
that is?
leads to high blood pressure, and that's not okay.
Yeah. It's a lot.
No,
Look,
it's 1,400.
No, she's absolutely right.
It's good food. It's chunky chicken. It's do you ever have the ones with the little bits of steak in it? I love chunky sirloin.
Or the Italian wedding soup. They make a canned Italian wedding soup, which is delicious.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're right. The sodium thing is off the charts.
Hey, I think it's fine. I don't mind a little
Salt's important. We discovered the world.
Yeah.
For salt.
Yeah, okay, hypertension.
Western civilization is based on salt.
Salt.
Meanwhile, on Wednesday, Cruz tweeted a video of himself riding a roller coaster. At least he didn't point out the obvious metaphor. Oh, he did. He did. Cruz was wearing proper amusement park attire, a business suit. Let's see if he enjoyed the ride. I am having a good time. I'm having a good time.
That's how he talks when he eats soup.
Oh boy, spilled my soup. I got soup on my Dockers. Oh boy.
He got soup on his Dockers.
Yeah.
That's tough. I say, look, I support his soup habit, but don't take it on the coaster.
No, don't take soup on the coaster. Never, kids, ever take soup on a coaster. You know what? I don't even know where to go with this story. I can't believe this is where it's gone to, right? This is what we do. If we're not talking about Trump endlessly, we're talking about Ted Cruz and soup. Whatever happened to having candidates have to talk about their policies and explain themselves and serious questions being asked to them? He does.
He talks policy all the time. Both of these little videos there, they made me like Ted Cruz all the more. I think it's fantastic. He goes on roller coasters. He eats soup. Yeah.
He's every man.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like me.
He's a human, like every one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's clearly trying to prove so hard he's a human, and I feel like if he wants to show he's relatable, he should have shown himself gorging on funnel cake and then vomiting it everywhere and making a really big mistake. So I'm like, I make mistakes all the time, so I would like to see him do something like that. And I'm just be like, all right.
Stumbling on scores.
I have to say, though, what I think has made him the most likable so far, in that same interview later, he had his 2 kids out. Those 2 girls
They're so cute.
Make him like the most human person. Like, yeah, they share little tidbits and they're totally candid. He needs to bring them everywhere with him because that's what makes it all entertaining, and I love it.
Yeah, but don't you think, Rob, I mean, the kids, you want to keep them out of the spotlight. If you put them in the spotlight, it opens them up
They're
to...
already there.
Well, yeah, but I think Joanne's right. Like, you can't actually keep your kids out of the campaign spotlight. They're always in there, and you just have to hope that people are responsible. But you're right. It does make him seem more like, he's a big old awkward dad. And his daughters are kind of like, oh, Dad, please, don't embarrass me. But, of course, he's embarrassing them. And when he raises his hands on the roller coaster, he kept saying, I am having a good time.
Yeah.
Which,
that was,
which was alarming to me.
No, well, we did that. That was...
Really?
Yeah, we kind of goofed with that a
Really?
little. Yeah.
You did the whole thing?
Yeah, we did.
Who does Ted Cruz in here?
I think I might have done it.
Really?
I might have done it, yeah.
Pretty good Ted Cruz.
Thank you. See, I got it. I fooled Rob Long.
That's not hard to do, but pretty good.